Hello everyone, I'm back for another update here. I'm now on the Appalachian Trail in Pennsylvania. Current temperature, I think it's about 35 degrees. Sun is shining today. I picked up a load last Friday. I don't remember what day it was. It was not this past Friday, but the Friday before in San Diego. I'm still on it. We'll be delivering tomorrow in New Jersey. So I took a few days here in Pennsylvania, do some hiking. Parked in close proximity to the Appalachian Trail. It's only a 2-mile walk from the truck stop to get here to the trail junction. So I must have come off the trail here. I do see a trail marker right here, but where does it go next? It's kind of very obscure here. Okay, I see another marker. And I see the stones here across this little stream with, but that stone obviously is submerged. I'm gonna go here. There's a nice little stream crossing. Huge blowdown here. And then my eviction hearing has been scheduled for January 6th, 2:30 p.m. So I have to be there for that. So I'm not going to be heading back to the West Coast after this load. I'm going to be remaining in the East and look for a load going up that will get me back up to Maine for this hearing next week. One thing you don't have to worry about here is drinking water. Abundance of water through here. So yesterday I did an 11.8 mile loop hike which included a part of the Appalachian Trail. The trail leading up to the Appalachian Trail was a lot of difficult stream crossings. There's a little campsite. Yeah, nice little campsite here on the Appalachian Trail. On that hike yesterday, yeah, I walked up to this campsite called Sand Spring, which is just off the AT. However, I accidentally went on a different trail that was going to take me back down a different way. So I bushwhacked to the AT off that trail. And it was already by then almost 4 o'clock, so I knew I was running out of daylight. But I knew there was going to be a moon out, and though the skies were overcast, I did make it to the dirt road that would take me back down before it got dark. So I was off the trail before dark. And then at sundown, the skies just suddenly, well, not at sundown, just as it got almost completely dark, the skies almost instantaneously cleared. The clouds all just dissolved, the moon came out. So I walked back in the moonlight. It was a beautiful walk. You can hear the rushing sound of the stream off to the side. Bathed in the moonlight. It was really a nice way to finish out that hike. So I did run into a hiker a few minutes ago who was going to be staying at the Eagle's Nest Shelter tonight. And I told him there's only another couple more miles. And he was quite surprised that he didn't have much further to go. But I told him of my plans to do a through hike in 2021, potentially. Asked him some questions about what he had for gear, especially what he had to keep warm in these kinds of temperatures. He is setting up a hammock, apparently. That's what he told me. And I guess he's spending one more night out here tomorrow night, and then he's getting off the trail at State Highway 501. He started in Port Clinton, which is about, I think, 7 more miles up this way on the trail of 6. And he must have been carrying about, he said he was carrying about 40 pounds of gear, but yeah, in these kinds of temperatures, yeah, you need the gear to stay warm with. So I asked him about food, because that's one of my concerns, is what kind of food am I going to bring with me. I am particular with what I eat. And I haven't decided exactly what trail I'm going to do. The AT does seem like a reasonable place to start, given the fact that there's so many towns close to its route. It would be easy to get supplies and coordinate all that. I'm just going to put myself in the picture for a minute. So yes, as far as my apartment building, the other 3 apartments are, he's almost done with one of them, but he's putting down subflooring to even everything out. It's kind of on an angle. So I advanced him another $2,800 to do all that for the materials. And this will hopefully finish up the work on the remaining apartments as well. Not sure when exactly I'm going to put them on the market. Haven't yet. I will have 3 apartments opening up soon. And then the one that the tenant is getting evicted out of for now, I'm going to take that apartment for myself. And then figure out if I want to live elsewhere and manage things from elsewhere or not. And eventually rent even that other apartment out. My building manager is renting my place out. He is fixing that up. And as I said in my previous video, he's going to be an exchange of labor and rent. You know, where I'll take the labor costs out of the rent he would be paying. So that is going to be it for this. Well, one more thing. Yeah, I did say it was going to be a mild winter this year. Previous video, due to all the tropical weather systems we've had this past year, which, even though I feel a lot of it was artificial, it released a lot of heat into the atmosphere. And even though we've had some winter storms, as you can see, the ground is bare, or whatever snow fell is already completely gone here. Because it's been very warm with lots of rain. Even up in northern Maine, they're getting rainstorms, 50-degree weather. Which reminds me of 2005, 2006, that's what happened. We got a big rainstorm, wiped out whatever snow there was, and it never came back the rest of the winter. Now, I don't know. May not be quite as mild this year because of the artificial nature of these storms, but they still took heat out of the oceans, and it's in the atmosphere, and it's evident because there is a stratospheric warming event coming up. And I feel the reason we're getting the stratospheric warming is all of that heat from all these tropical weather systems is beginning to escape into space. Obviously, it has to go through the stratosphere, and it has to go up through the polar regions. It gets circulated up there and then radiates up into space through the stratosphere. So, yes, we're going to get stratospheric warming as a result of all that excess heat starting to be radiated up into space. Is that going to mean super cold weather? They're saying it might, but I don't know if that's what it will mean. It simply means a lot of heat's going to get radiating up into space. It's escaping, it's warming the stratosphere up, and that heat likely has something to do with all these tropical weather systems. So once that heat escapes, you're going to see the weather get colder once it's all released. May not be until late winter, may not even be till spring. Or it may be beginning of February. Depends on how much heat was actually generated by these storms. As far as the world situation politically, I'm just playing things by ear with that. As I said in the previous video, I look back on my life, the vine has supported me through all kinds of situations. There's evidence of it. I know I will somehow be taken care of no matter what happens. As a person, I'm not anxious about the future. I stay in the present as much as possible. And right now, all I see in front of me is the AT. The quietness, the serenity of being here. So that is my experience. I'm going to end it on that note. I will be back soon.